Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and we are outside rental property number 8, I believe. I may have to double check that one, but this is one that was completely trashed a few years ago, and the tenants moved out, the new tenants, not the ones that trashed it, and we showed it, a month or so ago, and we've done a little bit of repairs to it. So we touched it up just a bit, and now I have to decide if I want to sell it or rent it. And I'm really not sure what to do. This is one where I'm trying to figure it out because we have sold a couple other rentals, done some other interesting stuff this year with rental properties, and I just don't know what I want to do at this moment. So of course, check out investformore.com for much more information on flipped rentals, being an agent, all of that great stuff. And we will splice in some of the disgusting, ugly video from when it was trashed before. And we have a beeping fire alarm just for good measure. So when it was trashed before, we had, it was probably like the second tenant we'd ever had in this property. I think I bought it in 2013 for $97,000, something like that. And then, unless this is rental property 12. If this is rental property 12, I bought it in 2015 for $117, but I'll clear that up below. Anyway, we had some tenants move in who had actually lived in another one of my rentals, and they lived together with their sister, and they still actually live in that rental. They've lived there like 7-8 years, I think. But they had always paid rent. There weren't any issues with that rental. We rented to them here. In like 6 months, they totally trashed it. It was crazy. Broken windows. The carpet looked like, that was really loud. I dumped oil on it, just holes in walls. It was crazy. So that was my worst one. But I think we've had 2 tenants since then, and they both left it in really good shape. So this is the same carpet and flooring that we put in after it got trashed, which was 3 or 4 years ago. All we did is pretty much paint. That's all we did, and now it is ready to either rent or to sell. And that's what I'm really trying to figure out right now. And my dilemma is the property, that's Nikki, not a ghost, is, now I'm all distracted. We bought it for, low hundreds, depending on which property it is. And it's worth now probably $340. I haven't looked at comps yet. So we could probably sell it for $340. I think I refinanced it at one point. So I probably have $180,000 in equity in it, something like that. And I could take that money, 1031 exchange it, use it for something else, not 1031 exchange it. Or I could rent it, and it would probably rent for $1,700 a month, maybe. So that's the dilemma is, do I sell it, have $180,000 that we could use for a new property, or, with a 1031 exchange, or not do a 1031 exchange, and then take the money and use it for one of our other many projects we have going on, which is a lot of projects. So that's something else to consider. Think about building a new commercial building. We're rehabbing 2 multifamily properties. We have lots of flips going on. There's all kinds of stuff that we're trying to do. So that's the dilemma. Do we take that big lump sum cash, either 1031 exchange, or take the cash and pay, $30,000 in taxes, $40,000 in taxes, whatever it is? Or do we make like $400 or $500 a month in cash flow? And it's not an easy decision because I've already sold 2 rentals this year. One we did do a 1031 exchange, and we'll link to that below. And I sold rental property number 7 for $370. Bought a $515,000 triplex with another house in the deal. And then we just sold rental property maybe that was rental number 12. I'm not sure. Getting all confused. But we sold that one for $375. And I was going to do a 1031 exchange with it, and I literally went on vacation and forgot. So we sold it without doing the 1031 exchange. Not a big deal because I wasn't stressing out about doing a 1031 exchange or not, just if I found the right deal. But obviously I ended up not doing a 1031 exchange. So I will have a pretty hefty tax bill with that one. And then, with cap gains tax rates, basically, if you sell a rental property right now, you either pay 15% or 20% capital gains, plus you pay taxes on the recaptured depreciation. And that 15 or 20% tax number is based on your income, how much you make. And I will be over that threshold probably by quite a bit this year. So if I do sell another rental property and don't do a 1031 exchange, I'll have a pretty hefty tax bill coming up. So a lot of different things to consider. And then there's the property itself where I've said, hey, I want to sell some of my least favorite rental properties because the market's gone up so much. I can redeploy that capital, make a much better return on other properties. And if I had to list like my favorite and least favorite rental properties right now, this is actually my least favorite. I've talked about it being trashed before, a number of different tenants. And yeah, we have had a whole lot of tenants over here. I used to have a rental property one block that way. We sold it a couple years ago, did a 1031 exchange. Same thing with that one. A lot of different tenants over and over again. That one kind of got trashed a little bit. So it's not in my most favorite area for a rental property either. So that has to come in play too. Hey, it's nice and in great shape now. If we do rent it again, are we going to end up renting it to somebody who makes it not so nice? And then if I decide to sell it in a year, are we putting a lot more money into it because it gets messed up? So lots of different things to consider. Really what I need to do is probably go back, put some numbers down on paper, figure out, hey, how much in taxes would I pay? How much actual cash flow would I make? What would I do with this money? And then come up with the best decision after doing that. And speaking of that, I do have a trusty cash flow calculator on investformore.com, my blog and website. I also have a calculator to calculate your taxes on a 1031 exchange. So I already have all that stuff available to me. I just need to use it. You can also use it as well for free. So that's my dilemma. If you guys want to chime in and let me know what you think, love to hear what you guys think. We don't always listen to everybody on YouTube, but we do sometimes. There's some great ideas for the complex and the floor plan that we used from YouTube. And we even bought houses from people on YouTube as well too. So love to hear what you guys think. This house isn't too bad, but again, just not really sure what I want to do. All right, thanks for watching. Of course, check out investormore.com for much more information on flips, rentals, being an agent, all of that great stuff. I have a free book on there. Lots of books on Amazon too if you want to learn more about real estate.